Hopefully you guys heard on last week. If you guys are brand new, Norbert was my original internet marketing mentor, and he's helped me a ton. Literally transformed my life a few years ago, and I've been financially free for a few years now, and doing quite well. We're just excited that we have a platform here in DSR Nation to share with people, to help a lot of people get results. We have a lot of people who have never been able to make any money in any companies, any make money opportunities online, able to get results for first time. So a perfect example would be my brother David, who's on a call right now. I've literally put him in every single opportunity in the past that I've made money in, and for some reason, it's not able to get anywhere close to the type of income that can even be considered part-time for a number of years. With DS Nation, he got started as one of the beta testers, and within his first month, he generated a full-time income, and been full-time ever since. And right now, is been able to help a lot of people to improve on their listings, the titles, and all sorts of things, and as far as dropshipping. So we have a call right here. This workshop is for you. Okay, we want to make this interactive and a two-way conversation. So if you have any, I know David's going to have a little bit of content to cover here, and but throughout the call, type in your questions in the box. If you have titles you want to get reviewed on listings, just copy and paste your title here, and David can give you suggestions what to include, what not. Everything is private on this chat, so feel free to type it in. Only we'll be able to see it. With that said, before we get it launched, perfect. We have 84 people all of a sudden. Norbert, if you have anything to say, go for it, and we're going to turn over to David after.
No, let's just get right into it since we're 20 minutes late. Yeah, let's just do it.
Okay, cool. David, it's all yours.
Okay, great. I am here. Let's jump into the meaty content of what I wanted to share with you guys tonight. And more importantly than that, tonight I want to answer as many of your questions as possible. With that said, I am brand new to hosting a GoToWebinar, so I'm not quite sure where to look at your questions. So if Jim and Norbert, if you guys can help me out, let me know what question that is popping up, and if I can, if something that's really urgent that I need to answer, give me a shout right away, and I'll try to jump on it as soon as possible. With that said, I'm just gonna get into what I prepared today. Number one, I wanted to amend a couple of things that I brought out last time that I did a webinar with you guys last time. One of the websites that I told you guys to check it out is called Price Mono. You guys can see my screen right now, right? Can you guys see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
Yes.
So Price Mono, you can see this website. I told you guys use Price Mono to price check, and then they send you an email whenever the price goes up, goes down. That's cool and all, but what's more important than that I didn't bring out last time was the Chrome attachment that if you guys are using a Chrome browser, you can add on this Price Mono. You can just do a simple Google search for Price Mono Chrome. And so you get a link here that you can download the Chrome, what do you call it, attachment or Chrome extension for, what's going on here? Okay, cool. Wow, I think we maxed out our webinar. Just got a notice. Wow, there's a lot of people jumping on right now. Awesome. Cool. So by jumping on here, you can, get into, download the Chrome Mono Price Mono Chrome extension. Then it tells you a lot of cool things in terms of price going up, going down, and you guys can, hopefully you guys can see this page here. You see the price drop, the price increase it's set in the different tabs, so that in a quick glance you can see those changes, and you can just go to your eBay account to do those relevant changes. Since it's all built in within Chrome, then it updates systematically whenever you open Chrome, and it tells you the price changes. So that's really the main reason why I was using Price Mono, and I'm still using Price Mono for this reason. And second thing that I want to bring up is regarding your eBay store. I told you guys to set up and start using Selling Manager and Selling Manager Pro if you guys have a store. The word of caution that I told you guys was be careful of the unsold, and I didn't quite explain why, what you need to be aware of. So I'm going to explain it better this time. So when your listing is expired after 30 days, within Price Manager, they have this little wacky thing that when your item that you say, for example, this fleece jacket, I don't want it to list anymore. I want it to remove out of my listing, so I can do the action and end item. So by ending this item here, some way somehow, they do this. It pops up inside unsold. And what is confusing is that now you actively wanted to delete that fleece jacket as an item. So it went to unsold, and it could collude with, say, for example, some of your item that you still want to relist that is 30-day past that shows up in the unsold. So what I suggest you to do is to, once you activated Selling Manager, use it and always keep the unsold tab clear. So if you're going to delete anything, always go back to unsold and delete it out of unsold, so that you know anytime there's number within unsold, there's probably item that is expired that you still wanted to keep going for, maybe testing it out for another month or 2 months. And then and after you've done so, after you relist in the unsold, you still have to click the action and then to delete the item out of unsold. You guys understand what I'm saying? Okay, yes. Cool. All right, and those are the two main points I want to go over today. And let's see, last time we had some questions here that I'm going to try to go back and try to answer as many of them as I can for today. Are we doing good here? Okay. Okay, awesome. All right, let's see here. There's some questions. Getting feedback. So if you're a brand new account, obviously, you know, with a big old 0 next to your name, that's going to hinder people from buying from you. That's a confidence building issue. So what I would suggest is that you wanted to, in any chance you want to buy things from eBay to build up your feedback. Although you can clearly see when people click on your feedback number, they can see that those feedbacks are regarding your buying activity instead of selling activity. But with a first glance, at least there's a number there instead of 0. That's going to help. And not a lot of people will actually click on that number to see your actual feedback and what's coming in. And the main thing is you do see a percentage there. And as long as, you know, if you get a couple of feedback as a buyer, you're going to get 100% positive feedback, and that's going to look good and help you sell and build confidence with your buyer. All right. And I spoke with an eBay account representative. They actually don't like you to reach out to your buyer and ask for feedback, ask for them to leave you feedback. But I do it anyways. I mean, there's no way that they really track or they really crack down on that. As long as you don't send a lot of message to your buyer all the time, say, hey, leave me feedback, because you know you can track it. But do it. Maybe send it if you have just 0 or 10 or very low feedback. I would suggest you every transaction you want to send a message to your buyer and request them to leave you a feedback. Well, actually, don't ask them to leave you feedback. Just ask if there's anything else that you can help them with. Phrase it in a way that, you know, it's all about you providing value, just like what DS Automation here is providing value for you guys. And with it, ask that if they're happy with how you handle the transaction, please leave an appropriate feedback, and then they will do so. That really helped me from the beginning to really rack up those feedback to a bigger number, so that people are comfortable in buying more expensive items from me, and that's really where the money is at, selling the bigger ticket items and making those $70, $80 profit. All right. Okay, I'm going to go down the list of questions here. So keeping track of the dropship inventory, I told you guys earlier, just use the price model. That worked for me. That's working for me very well. And in regards to writing better title, and you guys can see that there is within DS Domination, your back office, just by joining Pro, you already get the access to the keywords tool, which is very useful. If you guys haven't used this, definitely use it. And keyword here, like for example, if you're selling a frying pan, oh, gotta log back in. It'll give you a list of suggested keyword to use for the keyword that you supplied here. How to get to that page is DS Domination Pro, last module, module 16 to 19. And scroll all the way to the bottom of the page. You can see here that as promised, here's the title builder. If you guys haven't do this, you're leaving out a big value within DS Domination. This is awesome. The keywords that I see is from here, it's useful in terms of getting your product search. And if you guys know, really the title is all about keywords. So you don't want to write sentences. You don't want to write filler words. Only put brands if it actually is the brand of the product that you're selling. Don't put if you're like selling toys, Barbie, or like dolls, Barbie might not be a good keyword if you're not selling Barbie. I mean, that could get you into trouble. But outside of that, this thing works pretty well. So if you're going to search for frying pan within DS Domination's keyword tiling tool, and here's the suggested keyword. So you just go down, see what's applicable. So you can see that people are, obviously searching for numbers, a 10-inch, 12-inch. So these numbers are being searched by your buyer. And just go down. I would suggest you to go down and pick out from top to bottom whichever is going to be applicable. And obviously here, if the pen is not non-stick, then you don't want to put it. So you do need to have a word of caution in terms of picking up the right keyword, but this is a great place to start. Like, I would never think of clad, but looks like here that people are searching for using that word to search for frying pan. All right. Jim and Norbert, can you guys see any questions that I might need to answer right now?
Give me 1 second. Let me see.
Okay, so while they're looking at your question, also another thing that I wanted to talk about is the final value fee, not only from eBay, and the other part is for PayPal. So on the eBay side, final value fee, if you can provide your tracking within 24 hours, of when you sell your item, you could possibly hit top-rated seller. Top-rated seller status is not easy. I can tell you that I'm not a top-rated seller at this point, but I was for a brief period. If you have a lot of item, it's going to be harder to hit. But if you're top-rated seller, it's worth your while to keep it because you get a 20% off in your final value fee, and that will add up to huge money if you're selling a big-ticket item or if you're just doing a lot of transaction. Other than that, final value fee for eBay roughly is around 10%. And then for PayPal is if you guys ever use this calculator, it states here. So 2.9% is when you first using PayPal, and once you have a $3,000 transaction in your account, you can call in PayPal and request for a decrease in the PayPal fee. So once you hit $3,000 in transaction, I believe you can request for PayPal fee to bump down to 2.5. Once you surpass $10,000 in transaction in a month, then you can request to bump it down to 2.2. Now they don't bump it down automatically. You're gonna have to call them. I guess you have to gauge your actual transaction and look at the number. So if you surpass those numbers, call them and request for a decrease in the PayPal fees.
Hey, Dave, got a question here. Do you recommend delete all items that are unsold?
I do a little judgment here because I relist a lot of items that's unsold. But once you relist it, I showed you guys earlier, you do want to delete all of unsold. But if your question is, should you just not keep your item that is past 30 days that you need to relist? That question is more subjective. Some of my bigger ticket items, I keep them for several months to test out the market. Smaller item, I tend not to relist if they are, under $50 and they're not, they don't really have many traffic and many people interest. And yeah, the main thing is just working through the title and make that judgment call whether you want it to relist or not.
Cool. Next question. And what's your suggestions for having eBay store? When would you want? When you should get one? When you shouldn't get one?
You can do a search for eBay store, and it gives you a little calculator that tells you at what point you should get an eBay store. But for me, I didn't bother to do that. All I did was I know a figure I wanted to hit. I wanted to list 400 items. Sorry, I wanted to hit 400 items. I want to have 400 items in my account, and at that point, I'm going to get premium. I mean, that's just I did a really basic math, and that worked out for me. And then I stayed on premium ever since. And the anchor store, the one after, I haven't really thought about it. The number's a lot bigger. Why do you want a store? Well, store, you pay $40 up front. Your listing, how should I say, your listing fees after your free listing is a lot cheaper, substantially cheaper. We're talking about 10 cents a listing instead of 30. And not only that, if you don't have a store, you get free 50 listings. If you have a premium store, I forgot what exactly is the basic, but premium store, I believe you have a free 500 500 listing that you can use, and that counts toward relist too. So if you have over 500 items in your store, you would definitely benefit from using a store.
Awesome. Suresh, if you can expand on your question, that'd be great. But the question is, should you insert brand in your title or not? I'm not sure if that's a clear enough question for you, Dave.
Okay, so in regards to brand, yes, definitely. If the product is exactly that brand, actually, let me imagine that some manufacturers, some wholesaler, they're picky about what item that you're selling. Now, I guess you can sell some item that they don't want you to sell without using their brand, but it's hard to say who's going to crack down and who's not. If an item, if the toy is Barbie, list it using the brand name Barbie. People search for Barbie all the time. If it's not Barbie, then I'd say avoid using that. You avoid using those terms. And same with Sony, same with this electronics brand or any kind of brand out there. Just use your discretion. If the product is actually that brand, I would use it myself. And if it's not, then don't use that. Don't use brand within your keywords just to drive traffic. That's going to get you in trouble very quickly.
Well, next question. Do you recommend using make an offer with fixed price or just fixed price?
I've used make offer successfully. I've moved on from that. I just haven't really pursued it. What I did when I was using the offer system was my actual buy now price is substantially higher, and I use the fixed price for a set margin that I'm comfortable with. But I just have no way to really systematically track what I'm doing. It gets a little convoluted when you have a lot of items. Now, what I do, with that said, I do know a lot of people who are successfully using make offers to encourage more sale. what I've transitioned into doing is using a markdown tool that is part of your store subscription, or that if you have a store, you can do the markdown. And by that, I mean I mark up my item an extra 10%, and I do a regular 10% markdown to encourage encourage sales. And on the same line of thinking, eBay actually have the algorithm set that if they see there's a constant change in your price, up and down, rather be it a couple of dollars, a couple of cents, they see that there's a price difference, they somehow that affect the search algorithm, because I believe how they think it is that, well, you're actively managing the price of your product, and that it shows that you're probably a good seller, that you're on top of your inventory, and they'll bump your listings up. So if you can manipulate and change your price by a little bit, maybe 2 cents, 3 cents, or 50 cents if you want to, in a regular basis, then that's going to increase the chance of your item being found and being sold. So to reiterate, if you have a store, use the markdown tool. I mean you can mark it up for 10% and mark it down again using the markdown to make it look like you're having a sale. You can have sale 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and it doesn't matter. eBay, yeah, that's going to affect.
All right, question from Jose. I noticed that when I relist about 80 items after 30 days, they wanted to charge me for it. It wasn't free. Any ideas why?
Can you repeat that again?
I noticed when I went to relist about 80 items after 30 days, they wanted to charge me for it. It wasn't free. Any idea why?
Well, because relisting is same as listing a new product. You still have to pay for relisting. Now, that's where the benefit of having a store is that you can, well, I think you can do it without the store, where you can just set to relist indefinitely. But even so, when you relist, you are paying for that listing fee again. And at the premium store, you get 500 listings. That means that if you have 500 active listing in your eBay store, and you're keeping it for over a month, you're gonna have to you're gonna use up that 500 listing. So another word is that once you put up that listing, you still have to pay the listing fee again after 30 days. It's not free. eBay has to make their money somehow.
All right. With listing limits still in place, any particular keys to pick which items to focus on for listing and testing?
Okay, so if you're brand new, I would definitely suggest you to do a search, the spiderweb search that Roger is so famously teach you guys. So what I mean by that, well, you guys could see in the video too, but I'll just do a live demonstration. So if you're brand new, go use Amazon. Amazon's a easy marketplace to find item that you can make money fairly quickly. And again, in the same caveat, if you're brand new, oh man, this thing keeps popping up. If you're brand new, I would suggest you to, a better word is, I don't know what a better word is, but it's just make less money, set less profits, so that your goal is to just rack up those feedback a little bit, and then to really bump your listings up. I would suggest you like mark $6, $7 profit instead of 20, 30, and so that's gonna encourage you more feedback and more sales. And so yeah, let's lower ticket item, and I'm gonna do a search that you guys probably all seen to okay, large cast iron pan, right? Roger does this demo all the time. All right, so what I would do here, I'll find one particular product in this from this search, and this is how I start my spider web search, and I'll copy that title. I'll copy it exactly, because eBay sometimes give you a recommended product that's around this title, and you can see other sellers too, right? So you see here, I just copied the title here, and I am going to open up my eBay page. And so I copied the title on Amazon.com and copied it exactly. I'm going to paste it here. You can see who else is selling this particular product. My guess would be a lot of people. So 39 results. And so you see 39 results here. I'm just going to go down one by one until I find a seller that is really doing great. Okay, so first result, let's see who this person is. 99.3 positive feedback. Okay. How do I minimize this? Okay, well, you can see here, what is this, 55,000 feedback, 99.3. This guy knows what he's doing. I will right and check out his monthly selling, his action. Well, obviously, look at this guy. This guy's making bank. Have a lot of feedbacks. All right, so he's probably doing something good here. But let's see his pricing. $41.31. All right, and how much is this thing? 34. So it's a little bit margin. I mean, this guy is playing the low margin game. But with that said, you can look at the title. It's kind of crappy. I mean, I would Lodge, maybe I'll keep, but LLC3, Logic, you know, these are not great title keywords. So, you know what? I'm gonna do it exact. I'm not gonna guesstimate what keyword it is. I'm just gonna copy this and use the keyword tiling tool within DS domination. Oh, I just took out that page. Thanks. That shows you how much of a newbie I am to do a webinar. But let's see, if I'm making money, you guys can definitely make money, right? Okay, so I'm gonna go back to my DS domination members page. Man, all these windows popping up in front of me. It's keep telling me that we're maxing out the webinar and there's more people trying to jump in, so you can see how hot this is. Okay, and well, it's logging in. Let's see what other items he has. Okay, so he's got 12,000 items, so there's plenty of items for you to go in and do research and write better title and outperform this guy. So by just that quick, not even 2 minutes search, I found this hot seller. Now, you know, looks like the seller is doing the dropshipping way that we're doing. And although his margin is slim, but you can outcompete him with the title. And I would go back and see, you know, all of his listing and which one's been sold and search those items out and list them yourself and write better title to outcompete this guy. So if you guys need to write down tech.west, so this guy is doing awesome numbers, and another person would be New York that Roger does demonstration with all the time. That's NEWYORQ. And another person would be Free Shipping LLC. So this is just a quick name to throw it at you. But most importantly, that I wanted to show you is this. I just went on Amazon and do a basic search for an item that everybody sells, copy that and see who else is selling it, and at that point branch it out and see what item that they're selling it to see what would pique your interest and you should be selling it too, right? So that's the idea for to understand what item you should be selling. Now let's go back to the title optimization, right? Because title is king in the game, and you don't want it to play their game to make tiny little profit, but so many sales and transaction all the time, because you'll be sitting in front of the computer processing like 40, 50 orders a day and you know, making the same money compared to somebody else who's making 3 orders a day but making the big bucks, right? So I went to the same place in Pro membership and logged in here, and this is the tiling tool, and I am going to paste it word for word, see if it's smart enough to do this. Oops, maxed out again. Yeah, it is. Well, Lodge LC3 that I would take it out. Also, okay, you have preseason. cooker, cast, iron, new skillet, pan, oven. See, all of those things, I don't think I've seen it on the title itself. See, there's no skillet, there's no oven, there's no cast iron. So you can totally outcompete this guy and outsell his product or outsell Amazon product that he's selling. And another good way to research for to research title keyword tool that I use all the time before DS came out with this awesome keyword tool is to just purely go back to the product page on Amazon and look at the description, look at the bullet points, look what else is within this bullet point that that clicks for you. Shallow skillet, this looks awesome. 10, so 10, 10.25 inch shallow skillet. I mean, I would probably leave out 10.25 inch. Let's just put 10 in there. I mean, without much reference of what 10 is about, but then they'll see it within the description itself. So we're not, we're not, how do you say, like, write something that's not, And I'll just, go in here and look at the description and see what other keywords I can use from this in combination of what DS Domination's keyword suggested tool is. But granted, this is already as in-depth as really I wanted to. So in this example, I would just pull from here. And, since you guys are jumping on this webinar, you guys all have access to this, so use it. This is a greatest tool out there to help you write good titles. All right, I want to have the next question.
All right, cool. Next question. What's your thoughts on Terra Peak, if you are using it, or any type of other title builders to get more eBay sales? Well, for one, there's one inside DS Domination, and I'm going to let you answer, Dave.
Yeah, I don't have much experience with Terra Peak. Comes down to it, we're not managing our own product. We really don't need that sophisticated inventory management system. And your name of the game here is just pretty much track price and write better titles, right? So I gave you the tools. I mean, DS gave you the tools for keyword title, and DS is coming up with a price tracker that's going to be more built in within the system. That's coming out. But in the meantime, I gave you the best resource out there is, Price Model, and it's free. And you can see within Chrome browser all the price ups and price downs. Then do your adjustments accordingly, and you're set. You're golden. So I wouldn't look into Terra Peak and all those external tools at this point. I don't use it.
All right, cool. Wow, all right, this is a little bit of a long question. I have an item that I worked the keywords on and just did a search for my first 3 words. I was way down on page 4. Every listing ahead of me, ahead of mine, does not have these 3 words in the first 3 slots on the title. What do I need to do to get listed much higher?
Well, I can see your product listing, so that kind of stops me from really digging into what you should do better. But what I can say is, your history, your track record with eBay, it plays a part in terms of where your product is going to show up, and also in terms of like how you're searching your own product. There's a lot of different variables, and you can only control what you can control. And for me, would be just write good titles, and if you have store, I would suggest you to do the markdown. That will help boost your visibility. And then if you wanted to take another step, would be I do that sometimes. Would use a product as what I call it, or what they call it, it's an industry term called, like, I think, price loss leader. So you price it so that you lose a little bit of money when you sell an item. But the cool thing about that is once you sold an item, eBay looks at your product listing as more competitive among your peers. So they're going to look at it, it's like, well, okay, well, somebody bought from you instead of from all these people, so you must have been doing something right. Your product should be better than other people. Then they'll bump up your listing accordingly, even though, in the next example, your item, when you relist and you bump up your margin, you're making a lot more money than before, whereas you're losing money. And even at that point, they're going to show your product listing ahead of others.
Cool, cool. And folks, tonight we got a maxed out packed webinar. We got a lot of questions. I know before this webinar started, I have a lot of team members that messaged me, asked to get their title reviewed, just revised and just reviewed by David and make any revisions to it. So I, I got a good question right in front of me, but while we answer this question, if you guys have any titles you want David to look at, all you need to do is go in your eBay account, go in your listings, copy your entire title, paste it here, and after this, the following question, I'm going to scroll all the way to the bottom on the question box, and we're going to have David just to do some live examples on how he would title. I think that would be a ton of value for everyone on this call, so that way you see the before and after on what he would do differently. But so go log into eBay and just copy and paste your title if you want to get your title looked at by David. Now here's a question before we get into other titles and stuff. I'm a pro member and only been in for a few weeks. Training stats go after items that are $35 or higher for free shipping. Would you recommend listing lower dollar amount items and charge shipping to possibly help with some sales since I have no feedbacks? If so, what's the best way to figure out shipping for the item?
Okay, great question. Now, the reason why Roger said to sell product exclusively, especially when you're just beginning, is to stick with the free shipping, $35 and above, which makes a lot of sense. The reason is because when you go in to do the research, sometimes price changes. If it's Prime, if it's free shipping over 35, yeah, for sure at least one of the variable shipping is gone. So you don't need to worry about if the shipping. If there's going to be different price in shipping, somebody's going to charge more shipping, charge less shipping. So that whole thing is going to be out the window. That's why we do it that way. And then, but for you guys, this is a secret tip. Maybe I only for this group because we work closely here, right? So what you can do here is you can subscribe to Prime, all right? But don't abuse what I'm about to tell you. But understand this: you can subscribe to Prime, and you can once you have Prime, then you can sell any item even under $35 as much as you want, and you're not going to pay shipping for it. The question is, I have seen some people where they get kicked out of Prime because they somehow Amazon's algorithm detected that they are shipping to all those different places. Looks like they're dropshipper, they're using the Prime membership. The Prime gets canceled. Now, guess what? What I found out is that Prime membership, to sign up for Prime membership, you need two things. You need a credit card and you need an email. Now, you only have one credit card. You can't really change it. And the cool thing about Amazon is that they don't track how many different credit cards you use, or they don't even track that at all. So what you need to do, essentially, you can sign up for Prime, take advantage of the 30-day free Prime membership, go into your Prime account and set to not renew, or not charge your credit card. And after 30 days, you open up another Prime account, use a different email address, which I would assume you guys know how to open an email address. It's very simple. Just create a random email address just for you to use in this occasion to sign up for Prime. Do that again, use the same credit card, and you get another free month of Prime, and not worry about the Amazon cracking down on that. And I kind of know what the reason is that Amazon cracked down on the people that were drop shipping. It's because within Prime, you can actually choose what shipping speed. So there's two shipping speed that you can choose from that is free. They are free. One is free 2-day shipping. Another one is free standard shipping. I would highly encourage, not even recommend, encourage you guys to only do standard shipping. If you're going to do a bunch of low ticket item and racking up those free 2-day shipping, cool, yeah, your customer is going to love you, but Prime is going to hate you, and you do that enough, they're going to really come down on you and really crack the whip. You don't want to piss off Amazon since you guys are making money from them. So yeah, what I would suggest is that you can open up.
Hey, Dave, we can't hear you. Dave, we can't hear you. lost audio. Hey guys, if you can hear me, just type in a box here. I want to make sure that I'm still good.
Hello, hello, hello.
Okay, cool. You're back. You're good.
Uh, when was I dropped off?
As soon as I said we can hear you.
Okay. Okay, so that's fairly late in my little spiel here. So, but what I was saying is that you guys can sign up for Prime according to what I just told you, and do the standard shipping and try to avoid the free 2-day shipping, and you'll be golden. Now you can sell this cheapy item and mark it up a lot higher.
All right. Hey Dave, can you pop up your question box or go to panel, control panel? And then you see a ton of questions. Well, scroll to the bottom of under questions. You see a lot of different titles. And I
Okay.
think the best way to do this would be open up Notepad, and you can copy and paste the titles, and then you would do revision right under it.
Okay,
Underneath.
bear with me here. How do you open the question? Okay, I think I see it here. Question. Okay. Let's see. Am I at the bottom? Okay, I think I'm at the bottom.
Yeah, just scroll up a little bit. Go over to let me see. Let me see who's the first title. Um, title. Go up to Joanne. Joanne.
Joanne. Okay, I see Joanne. Okay. You know, Joanne, let's see.
You should be
Okay, I
able
guess
to
this is,
copy that. Open up Notepad and
yeah.
paste it on.
Okay, I think I'd be able to do that. It's probably best that if you guys can copy the item number, because that's going to be like for sure your product, instead of like maybe somebody else's with the same title. Let's see if I can copy this. How do you copy this?
Right underneath of it.
Okay, let's say copy email address. Let me see. Let me see if this works. No, copy the email address. How do you copy this? Oh, yikes. Bear with me here. I'm trying to figure out this little technical issue here. Huh, I wonder if you guys can type in, oh, Joanne, can you type in your item ID in the chat? Maybe send a chat to me? Okay, I'm just gonna try to type it exactly. We're having trouble copying and pasting the questions. Sorry
Hey
about that.
Dave, I'm gonna Facebook you a item number here. They're
Oh,
just start to flood in. And guys, whichever title want to get listed, so just type in your item number. It makes it easier for everybody. We'll do some live examples. Here you go. It's in your Facebook.
cool, cool, cool. All right, all right. Okay, Jim, go ahead and send me those questions.
It should be there.
Oh, there it is. Got it. Okay, there it is. All right, let's see here. Let's see what do we have. Boom. First one. Okay, let's see. Bathroom storage, cabinet, accessories, shelf, wall, furniture, shelving, space saved. Looks pretty good on the first glance. Now, as much as you guys want my opinion because I've done so many transactions, selling on eBay, but really what I use is the DS domination. What I use successfully now is the DS domination suggested keyword, so that's really the best place to go about it. But I'm gonna look at it here: bathroom storage, cabinet, accessories, shelf, wall, furniture, shelving. Yeah, that looks pretty good. What are we? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm thinking. Maybe to put color, because people would search for white bathroom storage cabinet, but like then again, now you're gonna have to play around with which key to keep, which keyword to not keep. That's more subjective now. But from my first glance, I'm looking at your keyword. Looks pretty good. I mean, those are the keywords that people would type in. Accessories, I might be questioning that, but I think it works too. All right, let's see here. I like to make my terms a little bit bigger. Just be more visible so that people don't argue saying like, well, did you really say this? What are really your terms? And by the way, I messaged you guys in the our group on Facebook with regards to the new little message that you want to put in the bottom if you wanted to sell international through global shipping. And that I think that's going to be able to help you guys, protect, or actually help clarify your listing, because if you do a global shipping, your product's going to be sold all around the world, and you have here that shipping, no international shipping, no shipping to Alaska, Hawaii, Puerto Rico, regular stuff. It's going to confuse people because it's going to show up internationally. They're going to say like, hey, do you really sell in my country in Guatemala or not, then I would put my message that I put in the Facebook down below, so that to clarify things. Just to reiterate, the message was just saying like, if you see my item in your country, that means I ship to your country through global shipping. Please see the Please see the eBay shipping fees to get a more accurate shipping fees, things to that nature. I forgot exactly how I wrote it. I wrote it. I just copy and paste every time, right? So this business is all about copy and paste, and that's what I'm doing, copy and paste. Right. So return, we offer 14 days return policy. Yeah, cool. Sounds good. Looks good here. This one's good. Oh, another question here. Maybe I want to look at. Looks like you have a little
Dave,
bit
I
of a track
got
here.
three other item numbers in Facebook, so if you want to go through a few.
Yeah, one more thing about this. Have your tracking, have your your, what do you call that? Item codes. Put your item codes in the Selling Manager Pro or Selling Manager. Don't leave it here. That's to protect you. All right, next person. Eleven watchers. So people are interested in your product. Maybe they haven't committed because the price might not be where they wanted it. I don't take this number too seriously, just because a lot of people watch this, just no matter what. But if you wanted to at a certain ratio, I'm looking at like 11 is probably a good place. Where like since there's so many people interested in your product, maybe drop the price and maybe break even or maybe lose a little money on this to create some action. And then next would be once the item's sold, and people is going to flock to it, and they're going to want it to have the opportunity to buy from you again. So at that point, mark it up. And every time you sold something, mark it up. We wanted to make more sales with more profit, not keep making those stinky profits, right? So let's look at the title here: dog exercise pen, play, fence, yard, kennel, gate, cage, indoor, outdoor. Looks good in general. I mean, I would definitely put maybe the material of this gate, whether it's plastic or like, or if it's like, what do you call it, like environmentally friendly material, those things. I forgot exactly what the terminology is, but that would help. But looks like, at least you're doing all keywords, and how well are they being searched? I don't know, but looks like the keywords is all relevant. I would definitely use a lot of these keywords. But just, I would suggest you to go back to the examination, look at the suggested keyword, see what you want to replace or want to keep. But overall, looks great. You have yard, you have indoor, outdoor. Maybe I want to. I might want to delete the yard, but this overall looks good. I mean, you have the right idea already. That's how I would approach it. Yeah, again, I would bold this, just make it more obvious, and I would add my addition into this message. That is, if you're going to sell global using global shipping. All right, next one. And you have 100 positive feedback, or 100%. That's pretty good. That's good. That's not pretty good. That's awesome.
That's all right. Doing okay.
I don't have 100%, just to let you know. I mean, sometimes things happen, and yeah, I mean, if you get a negative feedback, some things you can fight. Like if they say Amazon, if they say, hey, what's up with like this seller's selling Amazon product or ship from Amazon, you can always get those messages removed, because it's a bit of a selfish reason why eBay does this too. They don't want your buyer to look at that message and say like, what the hell, I should just go to Amazon. So for that selfish reason, whenever you see a negative feedback with Amazon on it, don't worry about it. Call eBay, they will remove it, even though it might be your fault. Sorry. And second thing is, if you sell global, using global shipping program, and then you provide your tracking, you send that product out to eBay, to eBay's warehouse very quick, but somehow eBay is taking a while to get your product over internationally, or maybe the product is damaged. They will remove those feedback if your customer ended up saying that, like, I got my product late or got my product all damaged. What's going on? Bad seller. Like, if those situation, eBay will remove it based on their guideline of global shipping. And also, if the product is lost during the global shipping, again, you are all cleared. As long as you have the tracking number for your delivery to eBay's Erlanger, Kentucky warehouse, you're all golden. Okay, so let's look at this one. So 12-inch, I will not include the inch. I might include an inch, but I definitely won't link them together, because not a lot of people search by 12-inch. Width is a no-no. Take out that. Lid, well, obviously it comes with a lid, so I'll take it out. Glass, yeah, I'll keep it. Cuisinart is a good keyword. It's a brand. If this is actually Cuisinart, then you're good. If it's not Cuisinart, I would suggest you to take it out. Chefs, take out the S. Chef, probably take out the chef. I mean, who's going to search for chef? You might want to put professional. That's a better word than chefs, right? Because some people look at professional cookware. Yeah. So again, cookware, I don't see it anywhere here. Hard analyze. Finally, a good one for me to comment on it, right? So all right. So hard analyze. It's good. Actually, I won't even keep hard. But if two good keyword is linked by a dash, I'll definitely remove the dash and keep it separate. But in this case, hard is not a good keyword. I'll delete it. Analyze, I'll keep it. All right, so yeah, this is a good one. So you understand, as long as you guys understand what I'm trying to approach here, and we're good. So like all of those things, Yeah, take out width. Lid is too obvious. I mean, somebody's gonna sell you a pen. It's gonna come with a lid, and nobody's searching for a lid by itself, right? So that's how you would approach this one. And let's look at the description. I'm not gonna read it. I'm just gonna like glance at it real quick in terms of structure. All right, looks good. I mean, again, I would bold this and I would add my message if I'm gonna sell it with global shipping. Next.
Hey guys, some feedback would be appreciated. If you guys are getting value on this webinar, on this section, we're still kind of, this is not our webinar. We want this to be tailored for you. So if you're getting value from this this part of it, just let me know. If you like this title and review, if you're learning stuff, feedbacks would be highly appreciated. Thanks.
Let's see here. Nylon convertible hand truck. Dolly furniture mover cart moving. Mover and moving. I would delete them. Platform service. I don't know how that would be part of it. I'll definitely take out service. I'll keep platform. Convertible. This is a convertible, right? I mean, it's got like a little transformer thing that changes from like regular hand truck to like bed. Yeah, maybe add bed too. Bed is a good keyword in this construction field. Oh, in this I don't know what you call it, business and industrial. Oh, another thing. I don't know exactly if this is true or not, but I hear from some people that they say business and industrial listings, you can list as many as you want. That is not part of your listing limit. I don't know how true that is. You guys might want to test it out, but that's what I hear. Oh, another thing for your category, this is what I understand. Category does not help in terms of searchability. So don't put two categories. Like if you select two categories, you're paying for extra category, and it's not performing for you, it's garbage. Like you just wasted your money. Although it's a couple of cents, but just don't do it. All right. Yeah, furniture mover. Maybe I'll keep mover, but moving definitely take it out. Platform. I don't know how good this keyword is, but service definitely take it out. Convertible, keep it. And maybe you see, even use some of these like industrial. That's a good word. What materials? If this is steel, then put steel. Steel. Let's see. Yeah. Okay. Well, here it is. Steel. Nylon truss, leaded and steel, designed to be strong. So I would definitely just read your description and just add some of these things that sticks out. Aluminum. You would choose either one of them. I wouldn't go crazy and put steel and aluminum because they're not really that high performing. Made in USA sounds good, right? But like people are not going to search that, so don't include that in your title. But in the description, it's a good thing. So maybe you want to bold this to make it more pop, so people can like really appreciate that you're selling American product, right? Let's see here. With confidence. Okay, cool. Let's see your description here. Cool. Yeah, I like how you write everything out, so it clears the confusion. Cool. So you guys have this. So easy estimate shipping time. Not only may not coincide with the actual shipping. Cool. Yeah. I like it. Remove this. Remove this and put it in your Selling Manager Pro back office in custom label. All right. So again, that's to protect yourself. And sometimes another thing is if you copy, you might be able to put up a listing with a bad picture or a smaller picture that eBay likes. But you won't be able to edit the price until you fix that. Well, also another thing is, this is what I learned. I've been really frustrated with eBay's picture, where I uploaded the picture once that is big enough that I already do the adjustment to make it big enough that eBay should accept it. But somehow eBay doesn't accept it, and then I went back and I have to adjust adjust the picture to make it even bigger, so like humongous, right? And then it accepted the second time. And I've been doing this over and over and over 10 products, 20 products, 30 products. It's like, wait, this doesn't make sense. I mean, my pixels are freaking huge. I mean, why wouldn't eBay take it the first time? So what I found out that there, maybe it's my laptop, but like it might happen to some of you guys, where the picture is cookied in a certain way that during the upload, the first upload for your picture, eBay just knocks it down. Like eBay is just not going to accept it because of picture quality, even though your picture quality is correct. So you don't have to adjust the picture again. You just have to exit out of that pop-up window and go back in and upload the same picture with the same dimension, and it's going to take it the second time. You don't need to fuss around with the pixelation the second time around. If you do your job correctly the first time around. Just a word of caution. I mean, that wasted me a lot of time just recently because of that. Okay. Okay. Next. Okay, right here. Take a quotation mark. Artist offers. I don't know what that is. I mean, if this is brand name, then maybe. I mean, if it's applicable directly to this product and people are searching for it, keep it for our needs. But if it's like what it means, like offers this artist offers that, I would definitely take out offer. Right. All right. Mental clock, abstract, unique sculpture, contemporary. I'll take out unique. I mean, just a descriptive word. Abstract. Some people search for abstract art. So, you have artists here, but I would say, I'll include art too. ART, art. Sculpture is cool, contemporary is cool. What material is this? If this is certain kind of expensive wood like ebony or something like that, put that there. People search for it. What is this? A clock? Okay, yeah, it is a clock, mental clock, right? All right. Well, I see that you have 0 feedback. You can keep this listing, but if I have 0 feedback, I would stick with a cheaper item and with smaller markup just to encourage more sales. To rack up your feedback until you're selling some more high-ticket item. And I would definitely suggest you to, whatever that you need to buy, just look around your household. You need to buy anything, go shop on eBay, and that's gonna bump up that number. Even though if it's 0 and then you get the next couple of feedback from buying, true, it's gonna show up here that it's only for feedback as a buyer. But in your listing page, this number is no longer going to be 0, which is going to be helpful. Because you can ask yourself, would you trust to buy from somebody with 0 feedback? All right, so I would expand this this note here a little bit more, just to make it more professional. Just I would just structure this a little bit better. Item description, welcome to my store, blah blah blah. Just fill it up a little bit more. This is what I would do. I would write one description very nicely structured, and then every product listing that I do afterwards, I copy the same template. And what I do is just to change the description, the chunk of this description paragraph, and change the bullet points. That will save you time. You don't have to retype all this information, and you're gonna use that as a template. All right. Cool. Next. All right, I'm going to do this last review for the product description, and I wanted to go back to question if we have more time for that. Because I think at this point you guys understand what I'm doing, and and it also comes into it, use the DS domination back office for the tiling tool. I can't stress enough. Just go back and use that. That's a really powerful tool. All right, so for PCS, like I would assume this is set of 4, I guess. For bedding set, dock, Mustins, comforter, take out the slash. Right? I don't know what this is. I mean, if it's applicable to this, again, dock. It's if this is just a random word, I will just take it out. Bedding set, I'll do bed set. Bedding set, it's not quite Well, maybe people do search for embedding set, but I would add bed too. And if this is for child, it's children, child, comforter, and I don't know what this cartoon is. I mean, if that's what McStuffins is all about, then people might search for it, and then by all means keep it. Or Doc McStuffins. I just don't know enough about that, and if this is the important keywords, by all means keep it. But I would definitely take out the flat/fitted. In fact, like both of those keywords not really applicable because people really buy those betting sheets for that cartoon or for that that character. They don't these keyword doesn't make their buying decision or make the decision to look at your product.
Hey Dave, this looks like a rip-off version of Dora. So if someone looking for Dora and they see this, would Dora be a good keyword or is that against the terms and conditions?
Yeah, I would be careful with Dora. Dora, that word itself might be but it's most likely going to be copyrighted. I mean, you can try it for like 1 or 2 listings, but just don't be surprised that if your listing gets taken down. If you're losing like a free listing space, by all means just do it, and test it out. I know Disney. If you put Disney in it and it's not Disney, you're gonna get spanked. So don't put Disney. Dora might be just like the character might be small enough that, or maybe not. I mean, Dora might be a pretty big character that people go pretty crazy in terms of like protecting the Dora brand. All right. So yeah, be careful with that.
So it seems like Dog McStuffins is the name of this. So dog is a good keyword.
Okay, yeah, then keep it.
I've never heard of this in my life.
Yeah, and what is this for? Betting for? Okay. So what size bet is this? So you might want to specify that because people are looking for twin size, and you want to include that information in. And it doesn't look like you have it here.
Oh, wow. Yeah, it seems like this is actually extremely popular among the kids.
Cool.
Dog McStuffins.
All right, so let's go back to some questions.
Hey Dave, are you able to see the control panel? You need me to read questions though. There's a lot of stuff to filter through. We would have to go back, and I am totally lost in questions. Let's do fresh ones. Let's see who's still on the call. We're actually still 90% maxed on the call. If you guys have any questions that haven't been answered, type it in right now so that way we take fresh questions. If we go back to the old ones, we'll be on this call for 3 more hours. All right. You see this, Dave?
I don't. I'm just trying to navigate this. Sorry, this is my first time using this platform as a host.
All right. Do you complete all the items, trade specifics in eBay listings? Does that help with traffic and sales?
Say that again.
Do you complete all the item traits specifics in the eBay listings? Does that
Oh,
help with
okay.
sales?
Got it. I know what you mean. Yeah, item specific. No, I do not put any information in item specific. eBay always encouraged me to add more item specifics, but I do not do it. It does not help in terms of your searchability. It might make your listing look better, but for me, in terms of how much time that I can spend into putting up a listing and filling those information down, I don't see that as a profitable use of my time. So no.
Okay, cool. Dave, here's a really good question, and we're going to be completely transparent on this, and we do want to address this because you shouldn't be losing money on sales. That should only happen less than 1% of the time. Kerry said, okay, so I have sold 3 items and I have lost money on all 3. I'm just curious if Norbert has some Canadian tips. Is it the exchange rate? My warehouse is in Montana and there's no tax, and I'm using a 15% calculation. Not sure what I'm doing wrong.
Okay, there's a couple of variables here. Number one, you see your warehouse. I'm not sure what you're getting at if you have your own sourcing. But if you're selling Amazon product, this is what I can say. If an Amazon Prime especially, you're gonna see Amazon selling that product. Amazon selling their own product using Prime, but there are opportunities there that there's third-party sellers, some Prime, some not. I would fulfill the orders with third-party. Third-party, even if they take advantage of Prime, that means that they ship their item to Amazon and have Amazon fulfill. A lot of times they don't charge tax outside of their initial area, and especially somebody who is like in Seattle or in New York that they have a warehouse. They're doing Prime from California. They're not going to charge tax in Seattle and New York. So that's a good way to avoid paying tax in those situations. I'm not quite sure what you mean by having your warehouse in this place, but I would just say you mark it up. Oh, okay. So a good thing is to use this calculator. I believe this calculator, this website is in the training itself, in pro training, in fact. So not only elite, just in pro. And this website, New Life Auctions, I don't always remember this domain, so it's simple. Just do a Google search for eBay fee calculator. Okay, so the top result is going to be from eBay. I don't use that pretty much. I never use that. Second result is the one that you want, which is newlifeauctions.com/calc. In this page, select fixed price, and if you have like a discount for PayPal fee, do it here. But other than that, use this set prices to set your price correctly. So if your item costs $50 on Amazon, how much should you be selling this item and make a decent profit? So if you're brand new, selling on eBay, you want to aim for a lower profit margin and just do more sales. Maybe do $6 profit, take home, so that you still have some wiggle room in terms of if the price goes up by a little bit, you're still good, right? So BIN is buy it now price. So that's the price that you're selling on eBay. So I will guess from $70 here, and so net profit is 10. So maybe that's a little high. You want to be a little bit more competitive. So let's do 65. All right, 631. Maybe this is a good place. So I will do 64.89, 64.85 or something like that. Get this listing up, and you're for sure that you have a set profit margin, and that you're not guesstimating how much fee you should factoring, how much markup that you should factoring. So always refer back to this site as a good reference for you to set your price. Okay?
All right, cool. Is there any way to do bulk feedbacks for my buyers?
Bulk feedback. Okay, I think your question is how to apply bulk feedback to your buyers once the transaction happened. I don't know exactly what to set it, but I said it a long time ago when I just had my eBay account. This is a question that you should type into Google and do the search. It's a very simple setting in eBay that you could just make the setting saying that whenever buyer buy from you and successfully pay, leave a feedback. And they have pre-written feedback templates that it's just like lottery, just submit to randomly to your buyer. Yeah, this is a technical thing that you can do, like really simple. Just an easy, simple Google search, and you'll find your answer.
All right, next question. Do you feel that the store hampers your search results?
No, absolutely not. Store helps your search result. eBay obviously preferred the customer or the seller to be more active, so that they can make more money in listing fees, final value fees. So if you have a store, it's going to help. Helps how much? That's that's nobody knows about that besides the people working in eBay. But yeah, it doesn't hurt, and it helps. That's all I can say. It helps.
All right, so it helps, guys. So do it. Will not offering returns on your products hurt your sales?
I always offer return. I don't know why you wouldn't offer return, especially how awesome Amazon is, how awesome Overstock is, how awesome all those big sites are in terms of them taking the return back. And in a lot of cases, if the fault is not yours, and that the buyer just like, hey, I don't want that product anymore. I thought I wanted it. I don't want it anymore. And you can just purely send them a little message saying that, great, no problem. I'll just take the return back. But since we've made this transaction in good faith, would you be comfortable if I charge you a 5% restocking fee, or or like if I charge you this X amount for return shipping, because otherwise I'll be losing my money. And a lot of times they would be just okay with it, especially if you have that message written now in your description, and you're golden. So return is actually another opportunity for you to make money. So you wouldn't limit yourself to not accept returns.
All right, question from Jeff. What is a good way to keep track of your items that you have been selling? For example, sold an item. Now, how do you remember where to find the item to purchase?
Jeff, were you paying attention when I was demonstrating for you earlier with the custom label? Now, I don't want to pick on you, Jeff, but here it is again. So in my this is the demo account here. You can set up, if you don't have Selling Manager Pro, just do a simple search in Google and search for Selling Manager eBay, and you need to activate it. It's just one button to activate. It's free program to use, or free I don't know what you call it, like a widget within eBay that you can use. So at that point, you go to My eBay, go to Selling, click on Selling, and you will see here. These are the active items, unsold, and within sold there is awaiting payment and awaiting shipment. So when you're getting ready to fulfill an order, just try to find where your item is coming from. You go to this page. I haven't set okay, yeah, I did set it up, but there's just no awaiting shipment right now. The product will be right here. That's awaiting shipment, and right here, bam, is your custom label. Custom label is here for you to track and copy and paste into the browser, whether it's from Amazon or Overstock.com. Just copy that code, and you'll be finding your specific item. It's the same level as the active. So just to show you again, title, current price, blah 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 blah, all this stuff, custom label. So you guys recognize this, right? B00. So this is an Amazon product, right? So if it's an Overstock product, then put the Overstock code here. And if you guys don't know where to find that Overstock code, I'll do a quick search for you. Okay, maybe I have it here. Okay, this is a product page that I pulled up earlier regarding an Overstock product. Item number here. Copy that item number into the same area. Like for example, if I'm selling this sofa on this listing, so imagine this listing is sofa. Click add, paste my number here, and save. So now I can just copy this number and grab it and paste it into Overstock to get the exact item that I'm selling. So there's no guessing. Sorry, no guessing. Yep. Got it?
Cool. Good answer. Let me see. Do you generally base your pricing on the prices of your competition, or do you have a predetermined margin that you simply add to the wholesale price of your item and in order to list?
Okay, so good question. Especially from the beginning, when I had lower feedback and when I'm just building the eBay business from scratch, I was pegging my price on New York. I was selling a New York item, and I was knocking that price down for $1, $1.50. At this point of the game, I am just I just apply bulk pricing. So I most of the time I do 35% above above Amazon price. 30 to 35% above Amazon price. That's where I'm at right now. I wonder how to find the question. I wanted to do it myself, but sorry, I'm being such a newbie with the webinar.
Let me try to scroll through some questions here to speed up. We're gonna answer two more good questions, and we should call it a wrap on this webinar. We do these weekly, so jump on, and you will always learn stuff not only from your own questions, but from other people's questions. A lot of times we learn things from what we don't know that we don't know, and that's what these webinars are great for.
Yeah, and also, by the way, we have a Facebook group, and I post some information here and there, to help you guys expedite your business, make it more efficient. Now, you can ask questions for me there, and I'll try to answer it if you want. Especially, I guess I don't know if you can tag me as what the question's for. I don't know if that's is that possible?
To put a Facebook group.
Yeah, to put in the Facebook group.
Yeah, hold on. DS. You know what? Let's keep that option to the sponsor. So contact your sponsor to be added to Facebook group. That's the easiest way to track. Otherwise, it could get messy. So let's not do that.
Okay, got it.
Okay, a lot of repeat questions. I think we're good to go. We are originally we planned on start at 6, finish at 7, and we obviously started at 6:20. So threw in a little bonus, so we finish at 7:42. So let's call this a wrap. I know I don't want to keep this webinar too long. I want to keep this weekly and consistent. And the key to building any kind of successful business as you start learning is be consistent. It's a lot more important to be consistent than to overwork yourself and overload yourself for 2 or 3 days straight. So keep this going. Hope this is useful for you guys. David, if you have any last words, go for it. Norbert, if you're still there, you have any last words any wisdoms to share, go for it. And we're gonna wrap up the webinar after that.
Great. I just want to add here that I don't know who you guys, which person has pro, which person has elite, or which person has all of them. This is what I can say. Pro and elite and all those trainings within the back office, the modules are great. They provide you a really good platform to start learning from. A lot of things that you asked me has been covered in those modules. Now, more important than that, really what I found the value, the golden nugget within DS Domination is the live training webinar. That's if you still can see my screen, even in Pro, you can see the live training that tells you when those trainings are. I would suggest you to hop on. And also below that link, there is recorded webinars that you should definitely check it out. Those recorded webinars and those live training webinars are done by Roger Langell, and he is the master affiliate. No, I'm sorry, the master dropshipper, right? I mean, he's done 1.2 to 1.5 million dollars in revenue a year every year for the last 10 years. So talking about the best person to learn from. Roger's the best person, and how do you learn from him is by looking at those webinars. Cool thing about the webinar is that it's not so strict in terms of has to cover a specific type of that topic. That it's more free form, and any little gems of wisdom, he would just bring it out like here and there. So so you guys are gonna get a lot of value. So you see all these recorded webinars is all back here. Take advantage of that. Take advantage of within the pro, within elite, and if you guys are not in the elite, you should. Once you get some experience in pro, you should definitely look at elite to broaden your sourcing and make more money from it, because elite is really where I'm making the big bucks. I over last weekend made several $70, $80 profit sales in the front end, and not counting the profit in the back end from the cashback. And where did I source those items? I sourced them from elite. All right. So yeah, that's what I wanted to add.
Okay, cool. With that said, guys, thank you for jumping on, and look forward to seeing all your success stories. If you guys need anything, just post it in the groups, reach out to your sponsor, and we'll be back live next Thursday. And I believe we have a affiliate marketing training webinar on Monday as well. So all of those will be emailed to you. And have a good night. Take care.